friends, let us revise quadrilaterals. It will be a very quick revision, so I will be covering only important points. Now when I talk about a quadrilaterals, as we discussed in the previous video, that quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides, right? So when I talk about any quadrilateral, let me name it. See, this is A, B, C, D, a quadrilateral. Now in this, always remember these are called the adjacent angles. And if I talk about B and D, then they are called the opposite angles. So they are opposite angles. And A and B are adjacent angles. And same way I can talk about the sides. This is the sides, these are the adjacent sides. AD and BC are the opposite sides. So these are the basic terms which I will be using. What is opposite, what is adjacent. So these will be the basic terms I will use. Now when I talk about the quadrilaterals, in this video we are going to talk about a particular types of quadrilaterals. The very first type of quadrilaterals I am going to discuss is trapezium. Now what is a trapezium? Trapezium is a quadrilateral in which two sides are parallel and two are not parallel sides, right? So this is a trapezium where two sides are parallel. So now the second one is kite. Now what exactly is a kite? Kite is like this. Okay, the two adjacent sides will be equal, this and this. And same way this and this are equal. Right, let me name it A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D is a kite. Now here you observe one thing when I am talking about a kite. Okay, when I am talking about a kite, there will be some particular properties of kite which you need to discuss. What are those properties? For example, when I am saying these two sides are equal, AB and AD, if I join BD, I know that equal sides, opposite to equal sides, I do have the same angles. So if this angle is say x, so this angle is also x. Same way, I can say that CD and CB are equal. So these two angles should be same. So basically angle B and angle D becomes equal. So angle B is always equal to angle D. But angle CA is not equal to angle C. So you need to remember that if these two sides are equal, then these angles are equal, right? Same way in this is one diagonal, the other diagonal always bisect this one diagonal. You can prove this by congruency. So these are the properties of kite. Now after reading the kite, I will come to a very important family which is parallelogram. Now what exactly is a parallelogram? In parallelogram, the very first thing I have is opposite sides are equal. Okay, so I have opposite sides are equal means if I make it like this, my A, B, C, D. So I can say that AD is equal to BC and AB is equal to DC. Okay. Second, opposite sides are parallel. Means AD is parallel to BC and AB is parallel to DC. Now when I talk about the parallel lines, we know the properties of parallel lines. If you look at this figure ABCD, if AD and BC are the parallel lines, then AB is working as a transversal. So if I have a parallel lines, I know that this angle plus this angle should be equal to 180. Right? So I can say that in parallelogram, sum of adjacent angle, or better word is adjacent angle, are supplementary. Right? So I can say angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. Same way I can say angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Same way I can say angle C plus angle D is equal to 180. Same way I can say angle A plus angle D is equal to 180. Now look at this two. If I subtract these two, what will happen? I will get angle A minus angle C is equal to 0. Means angle A is equal to angle C. So this gives me another property that opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. So opposite angles are equal. So this will help me in many questions. The opposite angles are equal and adjacent angles are supplementary. Now this was all about the sides and the angles. Now another thing is a diagonal. Diagonal is a line which join the opposite vertex, right? So I have two diagonals in quadrilateral. If you remember, we know that we have studied in the polygon that how to count the number of diagonals, right? I told you the formula for that. Okay, now next property is regarding our diagonal. So in parallelogram, diagonal bisect each other. So this can be easily proved by using the congruency result, but that proof is not required. You need to remember all these properties. So if I have a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel, adjacent angles are supplementary, and opposite angles are equal, and diagonal bisect each other. So these are the 5 core property of parallelogram. Okay, so now let us move to the next thing. Let us quickly do these questions based on the properties. I will suggest all of you to pause the video here, solve the question, and then when I will do the question, you can cross verify your answers. Okay, now look at A. Now if I look at this A parallelogram, I can, let me name it A, B, C and D. I want to find out the value of x. So what type of angles are A and B? A and B are the adjacent angles. So 70 plus x is equal to 180. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 180 minus 70, which is equal to 110. Correct? So my answer is 110. Check your answer, all of you. Now go to the second question. Now suppose if this is a question A, B, C, D and say it is E. Correct? Now in this question, I'll put here also Y. Now I need to find out X, Y, Z. So what I know about a parallelogram, if it is a parallelogram, I know opposite angles are equal. So definitely this A angle will become 100. Also I know these two are the adjacent angles and sum of adjacent angle is what? 180. So if this is 100, this has to be 80. Now clearly x and y makes the linear pair and sum of the linear pair means what? X plus y is 180. So if x is 80, y has to be 100. So this is my answer. Correct? Now look at the next question. Now in C question, what is given? OC is equal to 4, means this is equal to 4. Okay. Now as I have already told, diagonal of parallelogram bisect, right? So if OC is 4, OA is also 4. Correct? So OA is also 4. Now the next thing given is BD is 5 more than AC. Now first I should know what is AC. So clearly here AC is equal to 8. 4 plus 4, 8. Right? Now AC became 8. What they are saying, BD is 5 more than AC. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So your BD is equal to 13. Correct? If BD is equal to 13, what is the question they are asking? Find OD. So I know that the diagonal bisects, so OD should be half of BD. So my answer will be 13 by 2. That is 6.5. Easy? So you just have to apply the properties and get the answer. Now look at the D part. In D part, what is there? Now in D part, they are talking about the length of the sides. Now I know that in parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So this should be equal to this. So 3x is equal to 18. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 6. Same way, 3y minus 1 is equal to 26. Implies y is equal to 27 by 3, that is 9, and we are done. So simple. If you remember the properties, then easily you can do the questions. Now look at this question. Now it is a combination of basically two parallelogram. One parallelogram is A, B, C, D, and one parallelogram is E, F, G and H. Correct. Now if I look at E, F, G, H, if this angle is 70, the property is opposite angles are equal. That is one thing I can use. So this will become equal to this part. Right. The other thing is what? The adjacent angles are supplementary. So this angle will become 110. Correct. Same way, if I look at the other one, if this is 120, in ABCD this is 120. So angle C has to be 120. Now here I can easily make it out that this is a linear pair. Right. If this is 110, this has to be 70. Right. And if this is 120, this has to be 60. Now this is a triangle again. And we know that 60 plus 70 plus this angle. Now see, this is x which has to be determined. And these two are vertically opposite angles. So they has to be equal. So x is equal to 180. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 180 minus 130. That is equal to 50. Correct? So this become my answer. So this is how, based on the properties, we can frame the questions. Okay? Now come to the next thing. Now let us talk about the family of parallelogram. These are also rhombus, rectangle and square are also the kind of parallelogram only. And basically they are quadrilateral, but they have the properties of parallelogram. Right? Now when I talk about the rhombus. So rhombus looks like this. Now rectangle looks like this. Correct? And what about the square? How you will make the square? Square will be like this. Now you have to, now I am giving all of you time. You pause your video and write down all the properties of all these figures. And then quickly I will discuss all the properties. Okay? So now I will start with this. First thing, rhombus. When I am talking about rhombus, A, B, C, D, it will have all the properties of parallelogram. If it has all the properties of parallelogram, means opposite sides equal and parallel and diagonal bisect each other. So what is different? The different is that the adjacent sides are also equal. Means basically in rhombus all the sides are equal. That is the first property, all sides equal. So rhombus is a parallelogram with all sides equal. The very important other property is that diagonals bisect, I know because it is a parallelogram, but it bisect at 90 degree. So diagonal bisects at 90 degree. This property is very, very important. Right? Now next come to rectangle. Now rectangle is a parallelogram. So again it has all the properties of parallelogram. Correct? But in this one angle is 90. Obviously if one angle is 90, I know opposite angles are equal, adjacent angles are supplementary. So all angles become 90 degree. Right? And what is a different property of rectangle? That diagonals are equal. See, in parallelogram, I said diagonal bisect each other. I never said they are equal. But the diagonal rectangle has the property that diagonals are equal. Means if I have A, B, C, D, then AC is equal to BD. Always. So this is a separate property. Like for rhombus, I have diagonal bisect at 90 degree. Now come to the square. Square has the property of everyone. It is a parallelogram, it is a rhombus, and it is a rectangle also. Right? Rhombus is not a square, but square is a rhombus. Why? Because in square, all sides are equal. Correct? Now, every square is a rectangle, but every rectangle is not a square. because this is 90 and the diagonal bisect at 90 degree. So this is how I can talk about the square. So these are the core properties. So basically square has the property of everyone. Correct? So these property you should remember, because any type of question can be framed in case of this, right? Any type of question they can frame, and they may ask you, show that a square is a rectangle. Okay, they can ask, show that a square is a rhombus. So that type of objective also they can frame. Now come to the question. Let us see one question. ABCD is a rhombus. So let me first draw ABCD. So ABCD is a rhombus with AB as 10. Now see, find diagonal AC. So I know that diagonal is AC. So let me name it ABCD. Correct? Now AB is 10 and BD is 16. Correct? AB is 10 and BD is 16. And they are asking me to find out AC. Now how to find out AC? Now since it is a rhombus, so all the sides are equal. So if AB is 10, AD is also 10. CD is also 10 and BC is also 10. The other thing I know is that if I make another diagonal, they bisect each other at 90 degree, right? So this is 90 degree. Now if this is a 90 degree, so this triangle, suppose it is A. Oh, sorry. So triangle AOD is a right angle triangle with AD as hypotenuse. Now, if the whole BD was given 16, I know the diagonal bisect each other. So what is the OD value? OD is equal to 8. AD is equal to 10. And AO, I don't know. So let it be X. Now in this right angle triangle AOD, I will apply Pythagoras theorem. So the Pythagoras theorem says AO square plus OD square is equal to AD square. Correct? Now what is the value of AO? X square plus OD is what? 8. So 8 8s are 64. Now AD square is 100. Right? So X square is equal to 100 minus 64, which is equal to 36. So X is equal to 6. So AO is 6. So this line is 6. So what is the value of AC? I know it should be double. So my answer AC is equal to 6 into 2, that is 12. Right? So when you are doing this, you should write the explanation as well. You should always mention why you are taking OD as 8. You should write. Since it is a rhombus, diagonal bisect each other. Okay? So now let us do the next question. Now see this example. Find X for rectangle. So they have given me the rectangle. Now I know that rectangle is a parallelogram. So diagonal bisect each other. So if I name it A, B, C, D. So what is the value of AC? AC is equal to 2 into 3x plus 1, double of this thing, AO. Right? Same way, what is BD? BD is 2 into 2x plus 4. Now I know that in a rectangle both the diagonals are equal. So AC is equal to BD. So 3x plus 1 is equal to 2x plus 4. So x is equal to 3. So if x is equal to 3, then I can tell you the length of the diagonals also. If I put here 3, 3 is a 9 plus 1, 10. So AO become 10. So AC is equal to 20. Right? So AC is equal to 20. Same way, if I talk here, 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 4, 10. So OB is equal to 10. So BD is equal to 20. See, same equal diagonals game. Correct? So this type of question they can frame based on the properties. Now look at this interesting question. What they are saying, ABCD is a parallelogram and AO and BO are the bisector of angle A and B. Show that angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. So what I will do, it is a parallelogram, therefore angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. Reason being, parallelogram adjacent angles are supplementary. Right? Now what I will do, I will divide the whole equation by 2. So I'll have angle A by 2 plus angle B by 2 is equal to 90 degree. Correct? Now I wrote like this. Now what is half of angle A? This is full angle A. So half of angle A is what? This one, because AO is a bisector. So what I will write? Angle BAO plus angle OBA is equal to 90 degree. Okay, I'll make it equation number 1. Now look at triangle AOB. By angle sum property, angle AOB plus angle BAO plus angle OBA is equal to 180. Now from equation number 1, BAO and OBA is to 90. So angle AOB plus 90 is equal to 180. So angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. Correct? And I am done. This is what they are asking. So we are done with the proof. Correct? Easy? Now let's see one more question. The ratio of two sides of parallelogram is 4:3. Obviously they are not talking about opposite side, because opposite side ratio will be 1:1. They are always equal, right? So if there is a parallelogram like this, so if this is A, B, C, D, so they are talking about this side and this side, right? So 4:3. Now if the perimeter is 56, find the sides. Okay, so let the sides be 4x and 3x, because the ratio is 4:3. So now AD is equal to 4x is equal to BC, and AB is equal to 3x is equal to CD. What is perimeter? Perimeter means sum of all the sides. So AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. Right? So I will write in place of BC and AD, I can write 4x plus 4x. Then in place of AB and CD, I can write 3x plus 3x. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14x is equal to, how much is the perimeter given? 56. Right? So what is x? X is equal to 56 upon 14. So I'll write 2 2s are 4, 8, and 2 7s are 14. 7 1s are 7 4s are. So my x is equal to 4. Right? X is equal to 4. So what will be the sides? Sides will be 4 into 4 and 3 into 4. So 16 and 12 is the length of the side. This is how you have to do the question. I hope you are understanding how I am utilizing the properties. Right? So this is what you have for the parallelogram and the quadrilaterals and the rhombus and the squares. So study all the concept, do all the question, and subscribe my channel so that whenever I will upload the new content, you will get the notification. So subscribe it and share it. Thank you.